All right, folks, the Jujube, the Lee Jujube is officially planted in a well that is now mulched with some of those beautiful pine needles that I got from that chip drop a while back. It is in the easement which belongs to this apartment complex, and my hope is that by continuing to plant and amend the soil, LOL, this is our compost bin, that we'll be able to turn this into a really beautiful space by the time we're getting ready to pitch them on turning it into a conservation easement. So both of these trees, the Lee Jujube and this desert willow that I got from Trees Matters giveaway, should be able to do just fine this summer without shade, but we'll keep them monitored. And I just realized I forgot to prune two of the branches. And they're both sitting in basin sort of areas. So this past month, in March so far, we've gotten like 1.5 inches of rain, which is amazing. You can see a bunch of it still on the ground. And a lot of this rain is sheet flowing down towards where these trees are planted. So there's a lot of water in this ground. I was able to dig this hole by hand this morning after all the rain we've gotten. And so by continuing to terraform, like pushing all of that dirt over into the corner and creating more of a scoop in this direction, we'll be able to really set these guys up for long-term success. And the goal here, as you can imagine, is to create lots of shade on the west side of where we park these cars. It's also going to help shade these walls throughout the year, throughout the summertime, dropping the ambient temperature of this whole area, creating microclimates like how these beautiful palo verdes do already. Next up, we're going to do a line of moringa. I've got a ton of moringa seeds, so we're going to go all the way down the wall. Stay tuned for that. So there you have it. What was previously a mound right here with a bunch of buried trash in it, glass, etc., is now a gently sloping plane that will send a little bit more rainwater towards this Jujube's root system as it establishes, and could make a difference in its ability to thrive in our summertime conditions. Now, because I just worked this earth, I opened it up, it's really important to get some root structure in here. So I've got a bunch of cowpeas seeds from prior harvests that I'm going to be planting in here. So that's not only going to develop root structure in the soil, helping to hold everything together, but it's also going to become a natural mulch, protecting the soil from the sun during the summertime. So hopefully we get a nice productive piece of land over here. The soil microbiome will reestablish and could be the start of the bottom layer, the ground cover layer of our food forest over on this side. Now you can kind of see I decided to do terraces or mezzanines, kind of like swales, right? Where it's going to hold the water in this area, because we do want to put as much water as we can into this soil to help it establish and help these cowpeas establish. I'm going to try not to put them on irrigation until I absolutely have to. I've got plenty of tubing here that's already connected, but I want to see how they do in the native soil without supplemental irrigation. So it's important to retain whatever rainwater we can get into this landscape over here. Ultimately, of course, the Jujube will be able to go reach its roots into that area. But yeah, so now I'm going to sow the seeds and then gently cover them, and then I will water them in. Maybe not. We'll see. All right, so I did decide to water them in. I also ran out of cowpeas right about there, so I still have 2 layers to fill, but might as well help the earth cement into place. And as you can see, these terraces are doing their jobs perfectly. These swales, they're holding the water in place, which is going to allow it to infiltrate more deeply. I've got cowpeas all the way up to the very top layer there. So as you can see, I need to fix a couple of the layers that aren't perfectly straight, but for the most part, they're going to do their job. And yeah, I'm excited to report back on progress. I'm also going to water this guy in. You want to fill the well of a newly planted tree twice. to really fully saturate the earth around the root zone. That's gonna give it the best chances of success here as we start climbing into warmer temperatures. That's pretty much it, guys. I've got my 100-foot hose here, one of these pocket hoses that stretches. Got it held down by a handy dandy log that came with a chip drop. So we're watering in this Jujube real nice like. And I'm gonna need to obviously finish terraforming here, putting in the cowpea seed and then mulching. I got plenty of mulch to work with. So there you have it. That's a simple little inspirational for me project. I wasn't expecting to do all of that. I was expecting to plant a Jujube, but duty called. And yeah, someday this entire little section will be a really cool multi-layered kind of forest garden with the trees. Maybe I'll plant the pomegranate or the fig right here. I might as well just go all in on this area. You know, the better you establish a canopy in one area, the better everything underneath it is going to do. And so doing that now is going to really help things kick off, like focusing on this area rather than like spreading things out too much. So thanks for tuning in. That's all for now. And hit me up if you have questions. Peace.